COVID saved their asses, because every product they make is extracting value out of the people that already watch them rather than growing.
So what do you do for fun besides Vespas and cool cars?
I ride my Vespa around. Outside of that, I love watching sunset. I'm a big sunset fiend.
I thought you were about to say watch Selling Sunset, the Netflix show.
No,
the real estate show.
I just literally go at sunset hour, and I'll either walk and do a little hike, or I'll just like stretch, and I'll just watch it go down. And then I met a random Taiwanese dude, and so sometimes we catch up there because he also likes watching sunsets. And so we're buds. We hang out.
You plan that out, or is it just by chance you guys meet up?
It's literally just 2 ships in the night crossing. Yeah. And I don't have any way to contact him because he's like a 55-year-old Taiwanese man.
It's cool, though.
But if we do cross, we chat for like an hour.
You not think about getting his number? If you chat for an hour, you would think this like, how do I contact you again?
I think it's cooler this way.
Really?
Yeah.
This is like how you had to do it back in the day.
What if he's just socially awkward? Like he wants you to reach out, but just doesn't know how to ask for it.
For more time with you.
He feels like it's been so long and he hasn't asked me. He probably isn't interested.
It's about once every 2 weeks, so
That's
you know,
common,
maybe next time. Maybe we've hung out about 4 or 5 times. Maybe the next time I'll slide the number in.
What is it about watching the sunset? Is it just calming? Is it what about it?
I think it's grounding. I think it's very easy to be in your own world, think about your own game, but it's really small. Every YouTube channel is small. Even Mr. Beast is small in the grand scheme of the world and how it's moving. And in 100 years, if you look back, is Mr. Beast someone that people talk about regularly? Probably not. And I think it's grounding to look at the giant sun that we spin around, and it makes me feel good.
Why does it make you feel better? For me, I feel like that would make me feel insignificant and that everything I'm doing doesn't matter. Nothing I do matters. Why am I doing anything?
I think it helps humble you, and it helps make the things you do less about the ego and about being the biggest and the best. But it still matters that you help the lives of those around you, because that changes like all of society for years. And I think that's the most important thing you can do, is uplift the people around you. And so I think that's still an important thing. It makes me feel good, and I have less of ego importance put into I have hit 3.5 million subscribers. Wow. Because that doesn't matter.
Let's talk a little bit more. I know you've talked about this a lot, but feel like we kind of have to visit it since this is a finance and business oriented podcast. The YouTube acquisition type thing.
Right.
What was that process like to get acquired by YouTube from Twitch? I know that you kind of had a relationship with Twitch since you've been on there for an extremely long time. Was that hard to disband from Twitch to go to YouTube? And what was your reasoning to switch from Twitch to YouTube?
Yeah, I think the dream for every creator is to eventually be a big enough creator that you can leverage that and then fish a deal from all the major players, which now is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and then try to get the best one for your livelihood. And for me, I was like, okay, I've reached a status as a big enough creator that I can try to get one of these deals after my original partner contract ended. So let's do it. And the goal was to just get a deal from Facebook and YouTube so I could leverage it for a better Twitch deal. That was what I was thinking going in, because I was like, I'm a Twitch streamer through and through. I'm not leaving Twitch. Why would I do that? And so we started, and we had like a verbal Facebook offer and a YouTube offer. But when I was actually in the negotiations, I started to shift how I was thinking about it. Because the Twitch people were just a lot, they weren't like the people who I specifically talked to were very nice, but they were a lot less caring about like what I was trying to do and the goals I had and trying to accomplish that. And it was much more, I am a gear in the system that makes Twitch run. They need me to stream this amount of hours, which gives them this much money, and they give me this much of a cut of that amount of money. And then, okay, good job, tap me on the ass, get the next person in line. And so you're very replaceable on Twitch, which I don't think they're wrong to think that, because throughout the whole Mixer thing, it turns out that people are very replaceable. Twitch still has the biggest market share, But when you feel like that, it feels a lot worse. And YouTube, they make you feel like you're having drinks with your buds at the table. And so talking with them more and more, I started to feel better about it. But I was still very much leaning Twitch up until the very end. I don't know if like the whole coin flip story.
I like that story a lot.
Yeah.
Can you
explain this?
Yeah. So like I was, even though I had a much better deal from YouTube, it was not like double the amount of money, but it was pretty close. Like it was pretty close to double the amount of money Twitch offered. I was still leaning towards Twitch. And I went into a call with the YouTube guys, and we had shared a lot of time. We'd gone on lunches, all that good stuff. And I was like, hey, it's nothing you guys did wrong. You guys fought really hard, and I think you guys did really well, and I love what you're doing with YouTube, but I'm going with Twitch. And they were like, and they hit me with a last second offer that was just like a 20% bump. And I was like, wow, that's like crazy. So I thought long and hard. And the original reason that I told them I wasn't going with them, and I didn't let them know right there, is that I had flipped a coin. And heads was Twitch, tails was YouTube. And it had gone with heads. Because I couldn't make the decision. And a lot of the times in my life, I like to leave it to chance. And somehow that ended up as an insane negotiating tactic of me walking. Wow. And they were like, nah, stay. And so then I thought I'd do the same thing to Twitch, which is like, hey, let's hop in the call. I'm going to tell you I'm going to leave. And then they were just like, have fun. And, they have the next creator in line they have to worry about, which, again, no flame to them. That's how their business runs.
I like the coin flip thing. Jack knows.
We do a lot.
Yeah, I believe that whatever's meant to be is going to happen. So I like to leave it up to fate. You call it chance. I just say, then it's destined to happen. It's out of my control, and this was meant to go in this direction. So I flip coins, or I flip my phone.
You flip your phone.
Yeah, so I'm like, if it lands at this, it's heads, and this is tails, and I'll flip my phone half the time. That makes the decision for me.
Yeah.
And it's never led me astray. And for you, even when you flip the coin, I mean, that coin flip ended up making you so much more and getting you to where you are today. If it wasn't for that coin flip, or if it just had landed on YouTube, you would have just done it anyway and left some extra money on the table.
Yeah, if it was just YouTube, I would have just had a worse deal overall.
Yeah.
Which is funny to think about. Yeah, I'm not as deterministic and destiny focused, but I know that any path you take in life, it will work out because it just has to. The world keeps spinning. Your life keeps moving on. Everything has to work out. There's no other choice. And so it's like whatever decision you make, you just have to be happy with it. And I think that's why I was okay with the flip.
Do you think that Twitch's unwillingness to fight for their creators is going to come back and bite them in the butt at some point in the future? And are you bullish on Twitch as a platform for to have longevity? Or do you think YouTube's going to dominate? Because I have friends that stream as well, like more casually, but they say that it seems like Twitch is like kind of falling apart, and it's mostly internal stuff that's causing that.
Yeah, I think the not paying for creators is honestly a decent decision that they've made internally to try to become profitable. I think what's going to screw them over, and to be clear, I think they're going to have market share for the next 5 years, but I think 5 years from now, they're going to be a bit screwed because of every single decision they've made. I don't think any product they have released has really helped them grow, and they really lucked out by doubling in size because of COVID. Without that, I think they'd be in a really bad spot. I think COVID saved their asses because every product they make is extracting value out of the people that already watch them rather than growing. And YouTube already dwarfs them in terms of people on the platform. So it's like just a matter of time, I think, for YouTube to catch up in terms of the basic products that people expect watching a live stream, like a better functioning chat, a culture of emotes, and all that stuff. YouTube will get that. They're slow because they're a bloated company. And then it'll be a lot harder. And I think what also might screw them over is I know there's an internal pressure to become profitable because they're just tanking money. And I feel like they might eventually remove Twitch Prime, which is a huge driver in revenue for creators. So I think if that day comes, that's when going to be the turning point.
It seems like Twitch makes the creator compete with them as a platform rather than really boosting them up. Because I know they also have that, like their TOS as far as banning goes is pretty, like it's not very stable. And I know people have been banned for like really simple things and kind of honest mistakes. And then other people haven't been banned or, temporary short bans for some crazy.
Who was the one that, had... was doing stuff.
I know you're gonna bring
they were
up.
doing stuff on the live stream.
You want to say what that was?
You familiar with that?
Doing stuff? What's
doing
up?
stuff like
the one who was getting railed doggy style.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah. Jack's grandma, you just got to be.
Gigi, I'm sorry that you heard that.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah. Susan, you should have seen it, bro.
So what? That was a suspension and then brought right back, but other people
7-day suspension.
Yeah, right.
She was having actual intercourse.
Yes.
Live.
Yes.
Explain it to your grandma so she understands
I
it.
think I'm intercourse. Yeah.
Yeah, grandma, you know it, doggy. You've been there. We all been there.
Well, cutting that part out, but
no, I think PR wise, Twitch has just had a detrimental past year and a half. Part of it is all the products they release, and then part of it is just a failure to adhere to like a terms of service that people like generally aligned with their morals. And so like, yeah, someone had sex on stream and they were banned for 7 days and they were back. And then just yesterday, somebody got banned for 30 days, a pretty well-liked creator, because someone in chat was like roasting them, being mean to them. And then they said, I'm going to fight you at TwitchCon. This is not a joke. As a joke, which, you know, because obviously they're not going to go to TwitchCon.
That's a joke. Yeah.
Yes, but they said that, and then they gave him a 30-day ban.
Wow.
Which, look, I'm not against banning someone for threatening physical harm to somebody else, even if it's an anonymous stranger online. But 30 days in relative to a 7-day ban for actually having sex seems weird to most people. And I think that problem always comes up. And it's just a PR thing. Because, like, look, the same problem exists in the NFL. Like, the NFL has varying bans of weeks to months, and none of it lines up. Like, people get banned for smoking weed for 2 months, and then there was like what's his name, who assaulted like 30 women in massage parlors. Have you heard of this?
I haven't.
He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league, and he was originally just suspended with pay for like 4 weeks for assaulting about 30 women at massage parlors.
No criminal
and coercing
charges?
them. It was just I think it was like a civil case and settled out. But it was just like he had coerced them into doing sexual favors after asking them for just massages. And it's like, he got suspended less long than people smoke weed, but the NFL is very easily able with their PR team to just shove that aside.
Sure.
And then Twitch doesn't, you know. Twitch is held accountable and then probably overly roasted for the bad decisions they make. And they've never been able to get behind that.
Yikes. I think another issue with Twitch is discoverability. And it seems as though the people on the top stay at the top because they're the ones that get pushed versus everyone else. The algorithm's not there to find new creators who are up and coming unless you already know of them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this is a real quote from the CEO. He had said this in a private meeting, and I had found out about this. He said, the best way to grow on Twitch is to grow on another platform and then bring the audience over to Twitch, which is just a failure of the platform. And I discovered recently that I don't know how to stream on YouTube. I just figured it out this week, because the entire time for the first 8 months, I'd been streaming as if I was on Twitch. And the way that you stream on Twitch is you just have the most viewers in a certain game category, and then you stay live for a really long time, because you'll build up a lot of dead viewers, people who just have you on their second monitor. They leave to work, they go to bed, whatever, and then you'll stay higher in the category, and then people always click whatever's at the top of their favorite category, whether it's just chatting, a video game like League of Legends or Valorant or whatever it is, and you just grow and grow and grow. It doesn't work like that on YouTube or TikTok. There's no categories. You don't go to a game you like and then watch who's playing that game. You are fed the stream based off what the algorithm thinks you will like. And so it's much more important to create a stream that has really good watch time and has a sense of urgency that makes people stick around. Because the better the watch time, the more people will stay and the more it'll get recommended, which doesn't exist on Twitch. And I just figured that out this week, because I started doing streams that are like, I have 1 hour to beat this game. And I play like Minecraft, and I have a timer on screen, and the closer I get to the hour, the more the viewership goes up. And I ended up with streams that would get like 30,000, 40,000 viewers, because it just gets pushed and pushed and pushed, because people will stick around waiting for it to reach an hour. As opposed to Twitch, you're better off streaming 20 hours straight like XQC or Trainwrecks do.
Yeah. Lily Pichu's doing that now. I see her video. Yeah, she'll be streaming for like 12 hours straight.
Yeah, that's not good for YouTube.
Nuts.